Welcome to another episode of the All Systems Go podcast. I'm your host, Chris L. Davis, and this is the season finale. And it seems kind of weird for me. I'll be honest with you. If those of you who have been following the podcast know that I've never, I've never really called out a season finale. In fact, I never intended to have seasons. It was just something to when I started the podcast, just wanted to be consistent and record. And some what I've learned over these years of podcasting is sometimes it's good to take a break, breathe, let the content marinate within the marketplace, and come back. And honestly, when I say come back, I'm always being informed with what content best helps and is the most receptive. Okay. And in doing so, you do it for the reason of never assuming anything and being open and willing to make any adjustment that's necessary. So I'm glad to say that the next season is going to be a well needed adjustment, and shift, not too much from our regularly scheduled podcast, but there's two things that you can expect going forward. It's going to be a heavy focus on helping you strategically select software for your business. Along with that, it's also going to be involved, or I should say, evolve, revolve, and we'll just put it like that. It's going to highlight the intelligent implementation of said selected software. And how did I come to this? Well, I look back, and as proud as I am of the episodes that are already in place, there was one burning question that I realized I was not directly answering. And it's a question that I've been asked time and time again, far before I even started this podcast. And that question is, hey, Chris, what do you think about insert any type of software in the world? Hey, Chris, have you seen X? Should I be using this? And this is a question that is far too often answered very carelessly, and and it's asked even more carelessly. And under the vein of automating responsibly, as my t-shirt says, those of you who are watching this on YouTube, which by the way, there is going to be a much heavier and intentional push for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, as we will be airing these episodes live if you catch them. If you don't catch it live on YouTube streaming, then you'll just have to wait until the episode is actually published. So it's more, we're moving to like a studio audience for those of you connected. So make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/@ automation bridge. You'll be able to be notified the minute we schedule a live airing of the podcast, and you'll be able to attend and also ask questions. We're going to open it up so that if you are attending live, you will be able to ask our guests questions right there. I'll read them off, and they'll be able to have a Q&A session, and get your questions answered. So I say that because back to strategic selection of software and the intelligent implementation of it, and and how careless it is to ask it, and even more careless are the answers that you receive. And under the vein of automating responsibly, it is my job. If nobody else, who but me is perfectly positioned to speak on such a topic. In fact, I've been speaking on such a topic for years. I've been doing it behind the scenes in terms of consulting, and there's actually no engagement. I can't think of the last time I've had an engagement of any capacity where I wasn't recommending the best software for a company, and not just because I like the software or because they asked me about it, but because I understood their strategy. I understood their strategy. I understood what they were trying to achieve, and even more, I understood what software is out there and its capabilities. You see, for years, I've been playing around with a variety of software, whether founders tell me about it, digital marketers tell me about it. I just browse LinkedIn, wherever. I'm the one that jumps in. In fact, there's a, a lot of tangents on this episode. In fact, talking about finding out about software, my wife asked me this. She's like, "Babe, how do you know? How do you learn about all this software?" And it's like, well, it's the natural engineer in me is just curious about how these things work. And then two is I love it. I just truly enjoy understanding what software is available so I can make the best recommendation for anyone looking to implement said software. So, in that, what I'm realizing is that that is a very well needed skill set and even more valuable when it's agnostic. It's different if you work for a company because perhaps the software that your recommendation has a little bias in it, but I'm in nobody's pocket. There's nobody paying me to recommend any software. And what I found is that there's two things that go into it. Is one, understanding what to look for. What considerations should you even be contemplating having when it comes to such software? And two, who are the people behind the software? Let's talk to the founders and figure why did they make the software? What is some of the data showing about the users that are using their software? Right? These are things that will better inform you and just help you make a responsible decision with software. Now, I've been training my certified folks, my people in my community for years on how to do this. But back to my original point, see, I'm not too far off my original point of how do you learn about this stuff? Well, I've been unboxing software for years. I recently I've started recording it and putting it into my community. What you'll see is we're going to start making that available and visible to you as well, so that you can get everything that you need to select software for your business strategically. So if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. And I want to open up the lines of communication. If there is software that you want me and or my team, mainly it's going to be me. Honestly, I'm the one that goes into these software tools and play around with them. You can always email us and let us know what software you're looking at, thinking about, just found. You can always send an email to holler@automationbridge.com. That's HOLLER at automationbridge.com. Let us know the software. Even better yet, let us know the use case. Say, hey, look, I found this software. What do you think about using it for XYZ? One or two things will happen. We'll have a podcast about the software or the founder who made the software. I guess that's three things. Or a podcast about the software, the founder who made the software, or an unboxing that walks through how the software is configured, what it can do, what it can't do, and if it's paid software, there'll be a means for us to crowdfund a month's worth payment that I will use to buy the software, walk through it, record whatever you want to see in that software so that you can understand more clearly what it does, when to use it for your business, or if to just stay away from it. And let me say this, I talked about being agnostic. I don't care what software you use. All I care is that you use the right software that's going to empower you to propel your business forward. That's it. That's all I care about. It could be MailChimp. Some of you know my disdain for Constant Contact. But if that fits you, if as we're reviewing it, you ask and I say, hey, well, look, based on your considerations, feel free to go at it. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you no longer get stuck on what software to choose. And even more, if you've chosen the right software, get stuck on how to implement it. Okay. So what kind of guests are we looking for here at Automation Bridge going forward on the All Systems Go podcast? Founders. We accept uh, referrals for founders of all types of software. You don't have to be the big companies with millions of users and the thousands and thousands of MRR and millions of ARR. Just, did you create software? And is the software that you created catered for small businesses, specifically marketing and sales? We can talk about productivity software as well. But can marketers use your software, and should they know about them? If that's you, you fit the bill. If you're that founder, we'd love to have you as a guest. If you know that founder, please refer them. Refer them to us. The other audience that we're looking for are digital marketers or partners of said software that are using it, implementing it for clients at a high level, so that you can come on and help us understand how to properly implement it intelligently. So this is not me. This is not the Chris L. Davis show where I'm the star. I know everything. I do everything. Those are the types of guests that we're looking for. And let me prepare you, digital marketers, if you come on the show, come with your considerations. Why did you choose this software? What are the use cases? What are the results that you're seeing? So that listeners can say, hey, that fits my use case. And now I can move confidently in and choose this software and know that this fits my strategy and what I'm trying to do. Lastly, I'm not the expert. I am not and when I say I'm not the expert, I mean, I don't know it all. I still get software recommended to me. And I'm thankful for those of you who go out and recommend software and say, hey, Chris, have you seen this? And things of that nature, because it's how I learn. So I have not seen it all. I have not done it all, but I'm open to learn from you all, just like you have learned from me. So um, when I look back, at all the episodes, if you're in any capacity like, oh man, I gotta wait another month or two. I don't know if it's gonna be a quarter or a month off, but when we come back, you now know the angle and the vein in which we'll be operating, the type of content we're producing. Let me just give a highlight to some of the episodes that if you haven't listened to, I want to make sure you do so. And if you have listened to, they're worth a re-listening to. And in saying that, I think that's the case for all episodes. You can go back to any episode and re-listen to it, you'll be just fine. However, there's a few that I want to highlight based on user feedback. One is episode number, where is it? I'm looking at my my list here. Uh, it is episode number 171, Massive Business Growth Using No Code Software with Gareth Pronovost. That is a great episode to listen to around Airtable. Another one is episode 174 with Ryan McCrary. He talked about funnel stacking. It will give you a digital marketing blueprint. You can never go wrong with our automation service providers. Karanda has one, episode 169, for up-leveling your automation skills. And Samantha has one, 173, a tech talk where we talk about membership software, community and forum software. In fact, it's episodes like Samantha and I's where we do a tech talk that we're getting the most response. This is where I even got the idea, like, wow, people are really feeling and liking when we talk about a variety of software. And not to ever leave out KPC. KPC's Q3 2023 updates for Active Campaign. In fact, you can expect that going forward. We're also looking for more experts in Keep, Entreport, HubSpot that we can have on the show regularly to provide us with these updates of these CRM softwares, so that we can be in the know of what's coming out, what's released, how people are using it. So though we have K as our main Active Campaign, we are looking for others. And last but definitely not least, there's so many that I want you all to listen to. Just go back and listen to all of them. But make sure you listen to episode 167, How to Delegate Automation Tasks with Carl Taylor. It is going to help you understand how to get more done if you're not the one that wants to become the automation expert. I want to tell you all, I am committed to making sure money is not lost spending it on the wrong software. Money is made exponentially by spending it on the right software and intelligently implementing it, so that you have the confidence in your system that people like myself have been living with for the last 10 years now. 10 years. I want to give that gift to you. So I hope that excites you. I just wanted to make sure I jumped on and let you all know what to expect, what's coming forward. I am extremely excited about this. And in fact, I've already got some guests lined up. I've already recorded some episodes. And that's why I'm telling you, this may not be a whole quarter hiatus. We may just take 30 days break and be right back at it, because there's just so much happening, so much moving in the space when it comes to automation and artificial intelligence. I just want to keep you all cutting edge and in the know with everything that pertains to software that marketers can use to leverage automating their marketing and their sales. So if that excites you, stick with me, everyone. Go back, binge on some previous episodes in the meanwhile, and just know that when we come back, we're going to have the live studio audience for you to attend. We're going to have software unboxing on YouTube. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. We're going to have founders, digital marketers. We are going to be the voice, the trusted voice to speak about any software in the space that you should know about and should be using. So I want to thank you all in advance for your patience. Thank you for your anticipation. Thank you for your future listenership. And thank you for supporting and listening to the podcast thus far. With that being said, until next time, I see you all online. Automate responsibly, my friends.